All right, hello wine-drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and always happy to see our good friends from Indigenous Selections. And hey, they're right upstairs. Their office is in the same building that we're in. Giorgio Ravetti, a good friend for many years who's been selling these La Spinetta wines. I'm glad to see he has taken charge and started his own import company. This helps to control the cost to ensure that the costs stay even for everybody. So, you know, one of the things that's very important to us that we are competitive. And people always ask me, what are your favorite wines to drink? Those are the wines of my friends. And you know what? If my friends can make me competitive with their wines, we will sell more of their wines than anybody else in the country. And for years, we've been one of the largest accounts for La Spinetta in the United States of America. Thank you very much to the folks in Indigenous Selections, Giorgio Ravetti, for helping us be very competitive with price, because, you know, we're a wine store in the middle of nowhere without a sign. But we have a big presence on the internet. We do have if you type in anything that we've done a show on here on YouTube, or anything we have in the store on our website, usually will come up on the front page of Google. And that's thanks to our good friend Craig Lilienthal, the gentleman who does our software for our website. And, you know, it keeps me focused on doing what I do, which is drink wine. And I do it pretty well, as a matter of fact. These wines that we had today from Tasha. Tasha Greer, our new rep from Indigenous. You know, Ciacci Piccolomini, one of my favorite properties from Montalcino. And this Ateo is, well, it's kind of a new wave wine here. It's a blend of Cabernet and Merlot. The blend changes a little bit every year, but it's mostly 50-50 in American and French oak for 15 months. This wine's got a good amount of dark cherry berry fruit with some nice toasty oak spice. The first vintage was 1989. There's just over 1,000 cases produced of the Ateo, which means atheist. So I guess they figured that, you know, Cabernet and Merlot has no soul in the Piedmont, so they named it the Atheist. I don't know. Anyways, it's a very juicy and delicious red wine with the berry fruit there showing, and some nice, smooth, round tannins, fresh earth, a little minerality, good freshness and balance on the finish, some toasty oak spice showing in the glass after it opens up, but a very good little super Tuscan. And then the La Spinetta Sassantino 2004. This may be the first or second vintage of this wine. I'm not sure, but it's sort of a single vineyard, 30-plus-year-old vines, 14 months in French oak, only 850 cases produced, about 95% Sangiovese, and 5% Colorino. And this wine's starting to show a bit of evolution here. This 2004 vintage, excellent from Chianti Classico, or from the Chianti region where these vineyards are. It's got a nose of like porcini mushrooms. The earth's starting to show out in this. Some dark cherry fruit, wild strawberry jam. Excellent structure, some wild herbs, some sage showing on the finish in this wine, and just layers of spice and earth, and really nice fruit, nice balance in this wine. It really is evolving nicely and starting to show brilliantly, this 2004 vintage. An excellent bottle of wine. All right, then on to the big boys. La Spinetta Star Dairy, one of the 3 single vineyard wines that they make here at La Spinetta and Barbaresco zone. And this wine's just oftentimes my favorite of the 3, but the Galena and Valorano, also outstanding wines. As good as anything made in Barbaresco. Yes, including you, Angelo Gaia. And this wine's got a very exotic bouquet here. Oriental spices, rose petals, cherry liqueur. Really concentrated and rich, pretty floral notes. I mean, this wine just evolving on the second day. I mean, even bigger and more complex. An amazing bottle of wine. This 2006 needs some time, though. But it's got smoothness on the palate, but those tannins at the end just crescendoing. And this wine, very dry, you know, when it finishes, but has a lot of red berry fruit, has lovely spice, really pretty floral notes to it, that tarred rose petal, the classic notes you get from the Piedmont here, and that truffle note, really complex. And like I said, this wine just needs time. Most excellent juice, the 2006 Star Dairy. All right, and then one of my favorite producers of Barolo, Kiera Boski's, and I've got 3-liter bottles from both of my kids' birth years from her. And this 2008, another outstanding vintage for her for the Canubi Barolo. She only makes about 2,000 cases total, so a very small producer, but she is very hands-on, very passionate. We send a lot of people to visit Kiera. Her cellar is in the town of Barolo, right across the street from the Borgogno property, which was her family's for years, centuries. And this wine has this lovely, rich cherry liqueur-like fruit, very thick aromas, earth, kind of exotic floral notes, mint, camphor, truffles, really exotic, and just continuing to open up. even better on the second day. This wine's still very bright and fresh, though. Canubi, a very elegant style of Barolo, has lots of everything, very refined, but a lot of tannins on the finish. You know, hey, Nebbiolo is one of the biggest, most age-worthy of all the grape varietals, and this wine needs another 10 years in your cellar. It is going to be just brilliant, but you know what? That's fine, because we have 93, we have 95 vintage, we have 99 vintage Kiribati's Canubi Barolo in the store. So if you want to buy some of this 08 and let it sit in your cellar and enjoy some of Kiro's wines today, check out some of these older vintage wines that are drinking at their peak right now. All right, I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.